You understand? In the Greek mythology, there is a goddess called Aphrodite. She is the goddess of sex, lust, and sexual desires. She operates under the influence of Leviathan. Leviathan's spirit is that desire to always have sex. How do you get in touch or in contact with the spirit? Through multiple sexual partners. This is an experiential knowledge. This is something I have experienced, and I'm sharing it here for free because I love the youth. And the only way the youth is being destroyed now, that is the main way the youth is being destroyed now in this generation, is through sex. You can testify. You understand? This Aphrodite, hence we got the name aphrodisiac. Yes, that comes from that goddess, Aphrodite. This spirit operates through the dimension of Leviathan. And Leviathan spirit is a spirit of sex. Like how somebody who has had an encounter with God operates through the influence or under the influence of the Holy Spirit. That is the same way. If you have had an encounter with somebody who is possessed with an Aphrodite spirit, hence through the spirit of Leviathan, you are operating under the influence of Leviathan spirit, which is the goddess of sex. This does not stay at one place. If you start operating under that spirit, you go from dimension to dimension. If you masturbate once a day, if you are under the influence of the goddess of sex, Aphrodite, you will see that you are masturbating twice a day. You will see that you are masturbating 3 times a day. You will see that you are married. After sleeping with your husband and your wife, you still can't get enough. You have to go and masturbate. That you are under the influence of the Greek goddess of sex called Aphrodite. Go and find out. I'm just giving you basic. I don't want to go deep. All right. Why do you think that God calls sin wage? Payment, wage. Wages, wage. Let me paint this scenario to you. If you stay in a job place, work for a very long time, and you are productive and hard work, and in spite of the challenges the company goes through, you still stay. So if the management of that company is honest and fair, it is likely to raise your wage. The reason why God refers sins as wage is because it grows from dimension to dimension. That is why some of you have gotten to the dimension to the extent that sometimes you want your girlfriend and your friends to have threesome. Some of you have gotten to the dimension that you don't care. You have now told your wife that you are bisexual. Some of you have gotten to the dimension that you want your wife or your husband to understand that you can still be a lesbian and married to him. Some of you have gotten to the dimension that even you have sexual desires for your pet. Some of you have gotten to the dimension that you have sexual desires for your children, your stepchildren, your cousins. You are under the influence of Leviathan spirit via the goddess of sex, Aphrodite. You need deliverance and consistent prayer and connection to new circles that pray. So this is beyond preaching. That is why I always say that I am sharing testimony. When I was growing up, I didn't understand why God was taking me through this thing. Now I understand it is for this reason. To bless the youth of today. Do you understand that? So what pushes you to see somebody on the bus and you erect? What pushes you to meet a friend who just likes you as a friend and you want to sleep with her? What pushes you to be in school, you go to toilet and masturbate? What pushes you that your cousin comes to sleep over and you touch him or her? What pushes you to see your pet and you want to touch your pet? What pushes you to always be masturbating and doing and watching porn? You are dominated by that thing. And once your mind is on that desires, the things that matters in your life most, you will never take your mind on them. You have to resit an exams. You have to write a CV. You have to call people. You have to rehearse your musical gift. You have to see it will never. All that will be dominated on your mind is what? Sex. because you are under the influence of the goddess of sex called Aphrodite, the spirit of Leviathan. This is dominating in some churches and in some religious leaders, and they see nothing wrong with that. Why? Because they are in a dimension that they don't really care anymore. Paul calls them what? People with seared conscience. So it is not real power. You can't fight it. It is a goddess of sex called Aphrodite. And you are being influenced by his spirit or her spirit that is called Leviathan. Like how somebody who is close to God is being influenced by the Holy Spirit. You understand? Seek prayer people. Pray with them. Join friends with people who are highly spiritual. Pray with them. Congregate with people who are highly spiritual. Change your circle. We are not joking. If you become a vagabond, those friends will leave you. Some people want to be my friend. If I was drunkard, stupid, drug addict, sexing around, having HIV spreading, do you want me to be your friend? No. It's not about money. It's about nobility and dignity. God will position you at a place that you command respect. God will position you at a place that anything you touch will be a blessing. Your house will be at peace. That is what I'm talking about. Nothing matters again in this life. Nothing matters. People have them, they are not happy. Nothing matters. What matters is the peace of God.